Hi, I'm Nathan from Maserati Silicon Valley, and with this tutorial I'd like to just give an overview of the Bose media system that is in the 2009 and 2010 Quattroporte. This system is a little more complex than the other systems, so I do want to just give an overview so that you have a general idea of how to use the system. First of all, turn on the radio or turn off the radio. You have your left knob here, which, there we go, I turned it on and I can turn down the volume there. Turn it off by pressing the button back in. If you have it on, I'm going to have it on with the volume all the way down. To change radio stations, if you don't use the buttons on the steering wheel, you just rotate through right here. And now to change bigger selections, you have a double knob system with this car. So you have, if you notice that other menus are popping up here. So if you use the big knob, that'll change you to your other sub menus. And then once you see a sub menu that you like I like strong stations, I'm going to leave it there and use the smaller knob, the rubber knob, to scroll within the strong stations. So that's a trick just for using the system in general. Another thing is, you notice that the options here are getting bigger when I put my hand close to the system, and then they get small when I take it away. There are sensors here and here, and when I'm using the system I like to spread out my hand so that I can keep it bigger so that I can see the selections I'm making more clearly. Now, another thing you can do from any menu is access the main menu. The main menu is right here, and this main menu will let you make changes, let you manage the phones you have hooked up to the system, for example, change options for your iPod. You can change the way songs are arranged, for example. This is also where you go to set the time and date. So you have all of those options within this option menu. Now, another important button is the escape button, which is this top right button here. That'll take you out of whatever you did last. So let's say I want to get out of the main menu. I'm going to hit that button and it takes me back to my radio menu. Now, another quick tip is these two buttons here, the ones that have a plus and a minus. That's to zoom in or out of your navigation. You notice the map changing here. So that's what those two buttons are for, if you want to zoom in and out of your map. Now, the other buttons that are important are the soft keys across the top. You have 6 of those. Those will let you store radio stations, for example, but it'll also let you store phone numbers once you're in the phone system. So, and all you do to store a station is, let's say I wanted to store this station, I would hold down this button until it beeps at me and you see the station listed underneath, and then the station will be stored. You notice there are 6 stored stations already here. That can also be set up so that rather than just 6, you can continue storing stations. It will roll over. The number 6 button will turn into an arrow that will keep scrolling through, and you'll notice that on the later model Quattroportes. Now, to access your different submenus, you have 4 of those, and those are these buttons here. So the radio tower is for radio, the disc is for your CD or your stored music, the N is for navigation, and the phone is for your phone. So this will also access your iPod if your iPod is connected, and the iPod connects in the glove box. So I'm going to go to the radio menu just to show you. And then again, when you go open these menus, sometimes you have choices, like you have AM, FM, XM. You can scroll the big knob to go between those choices and then select to choose whichever one you want. Otherwise, you can hit the knob, you can hit the button over and over again to scroll between the choices. That's another way to get through it. Disc gives you the option of CD, library, which is the stored music, or U Music is a special selection that I haven't had many clients use. That would let you play songs in a certain selection. Navigation, you have a few different choices. Just look at the map. You can choose services that would show up on the map, put in your destination, or get trip info there. The phone just has one choice, and that's for your phone. and there you see your phone list, your contacts, etc. The last two buttons that are important are these two down here. If you want to do something and you can't figure out how, a lot of times the choices will be down here. For example, on the phone menu it says search and connect. This will let me search for a cell phone, which I do in another tutorial to show you how to connect your phone or connect right here. It'll also show up certain commands, like I think if you're in the navigation screen, it'll say cancel navigation. You can do it down here as well. So that's it for the overview. I just wanted to do that quickly so that you have an idea about how to use the system in general.